Hi there. So we're going to continue with Egyptian studies today. And today we are going to do a drawing of a scarab beetle. The beetle was very important in Egyptian life. It was a good luck charm and it was a symbol of the restoration of life. So stay tuned. I will show you how to make a scarab beetle full of rich pattern, symmetrical, one side matching the other. Ours today is going to be on white paper because we don't have metallic markers available, but it will be terrific. So stay tuned and I'll show you how. Okay, for this project you're going to need the drawing guide that I've put in Google Classroom, a sketchbook, a planning pencil, a Sharpie marker. It might be helpful to find a circle to trace. This size, if you happen to have those K-cups at your house, is pretty well perfect. You also might want colored pencils, markers, and maybe paints. That part's up to you. And if you happen to have at your house some Posca pens or metallic colored pencils or markers, that would also be wonderful for this project. But you don't have to have them. So, to get started, you're going to go to your computer and look at this drawing guide because it shows you step by step how to look at the shapes in the scarab beetle and draw them. I've done a lightly here just to get myself started. So I'm going to start right here with the circle. I'm going to trace this K-cup, and what I'm going to do is I am going to do it with markers so that you can see it on the camera. You'll probably want to do yours in pencil first and then go back over it with a Sharpie marker. The Sharpie marker will make your colors pop when you add them later. So you really do want to have a nice black outline. So I'm going to trace my circle. Again, if you can't find a circle the right size, just draw one. It doesn't have to be perfect. Next step is to do this little kind of a rainbow curve here. Then I need an oval that goes this way. So I will make my oval going this way. I need a little smile circle here, a line down, and now I'm going to do this line here and this line here. In this project, we're actually also working on symmetry. One side is going to be the same as the others if you divided it right down the middle. So next I need these legs going up, a curve here and a curve here. And the same thing down. One here and a matching one here. All right. Next, I'm going to add the zigzag lines on the legs. Just zigzag. Zigzag, zigzag, zigzag. So these are the legs of the scarab beetle. And next we're going to add the wings. And to make the wings, and it's good to practice first, make a big, it goes up like this and loops back. Up like this and loops back. You try to make it matching. If it's not perfect, that's just fine. I'm going to start right here and looping back. So I have the basics of my scarab beetle. Now what I'm going to do is divide this into sections and fill it with lots of rich symmetrical pattern. So stay tuned and watch me do this. So we said that the scarab beetle is symmetrical. So each time I added a line on this side, I'd added a matching line here. Same here. So do one side, do the other. Do one side, do the other. So I have it pretty well filled up. I think I might go back and add a little pattern here. And I will probably adjust as I go along. My next step is to add color. And you can use whatever you want. If you love to paint, do paint. If you love to use marker, you may use that. I'm going to suggest you might try combining the two. So if I do this red here, I will also make it red over here because, as I say, we are doing symmetry. So I'm trying a little marker here. Maybe I will get out a little pencil to put a rich color behind that, maybe a pink, and I'm going to have to press down to make it really show up. The nice thing about this is because I have used black lines, my colors really show up and pop. So take your time, have fun. You can use the art supplies I gave you, but if you have some fancy glittery pencils or markers at your house, feel free to add those as well. Stay tuned. So I've added some color here, both with marker, like here, and colored pencil. And it's fun to experiment. Just remember, you want to make them symmetrical, so matching on each side. When I did this, I found it was a little bit like coloring a coloring book and kind of soothing. And it might take you a while to do a good job. I want you to take your time, go slowly. I've asked you to turn in your assignments on Wednesday, but if you are doing a really good job and taking your time, working on it till Friday is just fine with me. So as I went along, I colored this in with marker, and I don't like how it's kind of uneven and scratchy, so I'm going to experiment with putting a little water over the top to see if I can make it blend a little bit. Sometimes with water-based markers, you can kind of turn them into paint and smooth them out. The other thing I wanted to try was to take a little water and just spread out this blue a little bit. It is working. By putting this blue outline, I put some water over it, and now I can spread this out so that I have a dark outline, but I have a lighter blue inside. And I kind of like that. The nice thing about this is you can try a few different techniques. You can try marker, colored pencil, and if you have some other interesting equipment at home, you can do that. I'm also going to try a little bit of watercolor paint. And these are new watercolor paints, which I will try to get to you. I am getting the colors I might use wet first. That's always a good idea. And if you're going to use yellow, start with the light yellow first, because that keeps your paints nice and clean. The watercolors work beautifully on this project, and I must say it goes a lot faster, so you might want to think about this. So right here I have a purple marker line, and I am starting to blend it out that way, but I think I'm going to add a little purple paint on top of it and see how that looks. My paper was a little bit wet, so when I add that, it blends nicely, and I kind of like that look. Maybe I'll put a little bit of blue over the top. And what the Scarab Beetle is holding here is a jewel. So think about, what jewel are you going to add? So have fun, take your time, do a nice job, and when you're all done, don't forget to take a picture of your work to send it to me. I can't wait to see it.